So that's a 5 o'clock early morning, sitting in a farm. Basically, Punjab has a lot of kiwis and other fruits and vegetables as a grow. Sitting in a market, I realized farmers are not getting the worth for their produce. What happens basically is your middleman makes all the money out of it. Farmers make nothing. The kiwis go down for 2 rupees to 3 rupees a kg, where the middleman sells them for 20, 25, 30. So I basically approached the government. I said, listen, I have this proposal for you. Why don't we make alcohol out of kiwis? I mean, of course, I've been called Sardar Pagal ho gaya, because when I said I want to ask the government to fund an alcohol project, they said, listen, India mein government alcohol nahi fund karti. I said, मांग के तो देखो, मनाई तो करेंगे, right? As my father used to always say, ask somebody. The worst term was मनाई कर देगा, right? So the kiwi project started, and the government said, yes, we'll fund you for the R&D for the project. And further on, you can, if you develop something nice, we could then take it further. Then my farmer side of me always said that I have to develop something. We browsed through all the alcohol manuals and everything. Nobody had ever tried making citrus because it's very difficult. We've got lemons at home, they dry up. They never spoil down. The outer shell has fungus, but the inside is always dry. So kiwi started, and we started doing it again. It was a government project, so we faced a lot of problem because there were people in the community who did not want this product to be developed, right? As you've seen. So Punjab government then said, okay, you know what? We are funding you. You keep on. Took us 3 years with rigorous things where we spoiled a lot of juice because again we were trying different methods. We were failing. This is me rushing through the flight wherever I had to literally take a batch of juice from Punjab to Goa because I did not want it to start fermenting very quickly because we were having fermenting issues. It would spoil. Usually you see you have got orange juice at home, it spoils and it goes bitter. That's the spoilage that starts happening. So we started doing a lot of research work. Again, all the ingredients in origin are naturally extracted ingredients. So we were trying to do as much as possible. We were trying to make a drink which is easily gulpable. Also, I had a health concern because I thought people are drinking whiskeys because they are diabetic or they're sugar conscious. They don't want to have gin and tonic because that's a lot of sugar that people usually eat. So we had this thought in our head is, let's make something which is a sugar-free, gluten-free drink. And eventually we had Origin coming up, which was a sugar-free, gluten-free drink, which a normal person could drink. Of course, you have empty calorie of alcohol, that is always there, any alcohol you drink. But then the taste of it was so smooth, like for the first time when I distilled it, I said, oh God, what the fuck have I made? Right, that was my reaction on the tap for the first time. And again, we had industry specialists tasting it. We did tastings for almost 3 years with Origin, and everybody absolutely loved it. And we've recently launched it in Goa, right? And our whole idea has always been to make the farmers' produce we consume. And in Origin, the story is always that the money goes directly into farmers' account. I do not want a third party or a government agency to get the money and then say, "Humne farmers ko de diya," because that never happens in our country. We all know it, right? In our country, the government says a lot of things. Hum road banayenge, hum ye banayenge, wo karayenge, but then ultimately the people who need it never get it. So the idea for Origin was always that the farmer needs to be the one receiving the money. Origin is the only alcohol in the country that's traceable to the source. So there's a QR code that comes on a bottle. So every batch is a unique batch. So you can actually trace from where your batch started from. Right? That's the USP of Origin. No sugar, no gluten, and traceability. Because the problem that we face, we all drink, we are drinking alcohol all the time. We do not know where our alcohol is actually started from. whether it was pure, who has made it. We have bigger brands, bigger names, they spend a lot of money, but they're not supporting somebody. They talk about farm to table, but do we have data to support that farm to table? So Origin talks about the data farm to table, right? There's another story about the labels of Origin, which is again a breakthrough moment for me because we were doing the labels, we did not want to do a contemporary minimalist design because my team, which is present here, Manu and Pallavi, both are in my team. So my team was talking about why don't we do a minimalist design? Okay, of course, Pallavi was not the one who was in favor of minimalist design. I said, I'm not a minimalist. I don't want to do a minimalist design because most of the owners do not even sit down when they create a brand. They have teams and teams and they do those things. So I said, I am not a minimalist guy. I want to be out there. I want to be what a normal guy would be, right? So that was the whole idea behind Origin, what we did. And as you see, there's a lot of quinoa peels, or what you call it, mandarin peels, because we literally peel them and dry them by hands. And when I say we, I'm the main guy who's actually drying them down, because I do not trust on workers, to be very honest, because I feel that they would fuck up somewhere. They'll cut corners on the drying process, right? So that's Origin for you guys. So we are available in the Goa market. We did not want to make it expensive. People said, why don't you place it in comparison with Roku or Okinawa? These are the most premium gins. We said, if I'm going tomorrow to a liquor store to buy a liquor, I would not want to buy expensive liquor. Right? I want to buy something which is in my budget, which fits in my budget. So it's a consumer-friendly plus a farmer-friendly gin. That was my breaking free, guys. Thank you so much.